I think that's good. Hello, darling. Today I'm talking about 5 positive things or potentially positive things that could come out of this health crisis. Times are bizarre right now. We've never had a crisis quite like this one. We've been through a lot together and we have survived crises. And we will get through this one, but it feels very different. Normally when we have a crisis, a lot of times it's a natural disaster. Where I live in the South, it's usually a hurricane. It can also be flooding or tornadoes. When this happens, we come together. Even if we are out of power for a long time or whatever it is, we physically come together and help each other. We support each other, we make sure each other are okay, we feed each other, we'll help clean up and rebuild. It's just what we do, it's how we respond and how we're kind of wired to react. And even when our disasters are man-made, 9/11, mass shootings, bombings, this type of thing, we still react the same way. We come together, we help make sure each other is okay, we clean up, we feed each other, and we rebuild. This is different. It feels very different because somehow the correct thing to do for our community, the way that we can come together, is by staying apart, by isolating. And it just feels wrong somehow, even though it is the right thing to do. We may act, we can donate money or supplies if we have them, but other than that, the best thing I can do for you and you can do for me is to stay away from each other. It feels unnatural. We want to jump in and do, not sit back and relax. It has just thrown us off balance. At least I can say for me, it has thrown me off balance. This is a truly profound moment in our history. Historians will look back on this time and think in terms of before and after, of how things were changed. Those of us who survived 9/11 and remember leaving to go to the airport 30 minutes before the flight took off, know how much things changed after 9/11. I can't predict what all of the changes will be, but they will be profound. We will forever think in terms of before and after this crisis. I'm going to talk about 5 things that I see coming or hope will be coming that would be very positive. One positive change I see is that we will recognize how connected we are. We, especially Americans, can think of ourselves as living in a bubble. We often think that what we do doesn't affect other people and what other people do doesn't affect us. Think about this for a minute. Wherever this virus started, it was likely transmitted to one person. And if you are an American, that person was likely almost exactly halfway around the world. They transmitted it by being in close contact with someone. They were close to somebody or they touched something that someone soon touched. And in this way, the virus has spread to every populated continent within a matter of weeks. We are intimately and profoundly connected. Ripples we start affect people throughout the world. We should think about the ripples we're starting and what kind of impact we want to make. Hopefully realizing how connected we are will get us to thinking more about the greater good, because you will have a better life when those around you have a better life, and each of us has the power to make that happen. Number 2, people will learn to cook. I've often said that when I was younger, we used to cook at home and go out to shop. Today, people shop at home and they go out to eat. In my family, we went out to eat about once a month. It was a special occasion. There was a period of time where we went out once a week, and that was because the officers club where we lived was particularly good and particularly inexpensive. But that was a lot. That was going out a lot back then, to have one meal out per week. Restaurants have taken over our downtowns, our shopping centers, and our malls. Often when we dine out downtown, there's really nothing left to do after that because the other businesses have been driven out. There are self-proclaimed foodies who don't know how to cook. And they usually say that they dine out for the experience, but is it really an experience when you're doing it every day? Sometimes every meal, every day. The advantages to cooking at home are, one is that it's healthier. You know what's going in your food. The restaurant's goal is to get you back. They will put as much fat, salt, and sugar in there as possible to make sure that you love it and want to come back. When you cook at home, it's a healthier meal. It's also less expensive It brings families together when you sit down and eat, and often it can bring neighbors together. Once people learn to cook and get more practiced at it, it will become second nature. It will become a habit, and I hope it continues. I'm sure we will go back to dining out, probably more than we did when I was a child, but hopefully not as much as we've done in the past. Hopefully we will find a balance there. Number 3, we will realize that we have enough. Now, I know this is not true for everyone. I know that there are people who are suffering and suffering profoundly. For a lot of us, we will realize that we have enough. Just before this hit, I sold my large house and I moved into a condo. I am not tiny living, but my condo is less than 1/3 the size of my house. It was a major downsize and definitely a right size for me. I was already on the path to living with less and realizing it actually makes me happier. I might have thought that hunkering down would make me have some regrets, that I might rather be in the bigger house. No, I'm more comfortable in this smaller condo. And as I'm hunkering down, I'm realizing I can live with even less. It has been a great time for me to be reducing things and culling. I am not feeling the need to hold on to things at all. In fact, I'm feeling even more like I can let go. Do I really need another eyeshadow palette, for example? I really think about what's on that and do I want to bring it into my house? And the answer has been no. You know what? I'm doing fine. I can live without. I have enough. Number 4, we'll start saving. We've all been told that we should have at least 6 months living expenses, preferably a year, in the bank, but rarely do we make this a priority. Either we think our job is secure or that we can get another one quickly if we lose one, or we just couldn't imagine a situation where we would need 6 months worth of living expenses. Everyone living through this now, even if your job is secure, can imagine that scenario. The good news is once we get through this, saving should be easier if we're cooking more and feeling we have enough. Number 5, and I am definitely speaking as an American now, I hope that we will be ready to reform our healthcare system. Our healthcare system is broken. The way that we take care of each other is broken. Hopefully this crisis will make us all come together and realize that something needs to change. We may disagree on what that change will be, but hopefully we'll all see that it does in fact need to be changed and that we'll do that so we're better set up next time. And there will be a next time. The next time may even be intentionally created. We need to be ready for it. We need to be better prepared to handle it. And if we all come together, we will be. Those were the 5 positive outcomes I see coming out of this health crisis. What do you think of those, and are there any that I missed? If you haven't subscribed, please do it right now. I would love to see you here again. Bye for now.